Welcome to the first episode of The Window, where we offer an insight to people's lives. I'm Zach. This first episode, thank you, Coach Euverard, for being here today.
Thank you, Zach.
We'll get right into it. We'll start with, what was your first experience with football?
First experience with football was, I guess, when I was 6 years old, playing Little League football for the Grass Cutters in Dayton, Tennessee.
Wow. What position were you?
I was quarterback and safety.
How did you get from that, now head coach, varsity football at NBA?
Well, I played football all through school, elementary, middle school, high school. I was fortunate enough to play college football at Middle Tennessee State, and then I decided I really wanted to be a coach, and I've been a coach now for it's my 32nd year, and I've been at NBA now for 13 years, and very blessed to be at a great school like NBA.
Did you know when you were playing football, high school and middle school, that you wanted to be a coach, or was that kind of a thing that you picked up later?
Well, the ultimate goal, I think, was I wanted to play in the NFL. You know, that was a dream kind of thing. I really wanted to do that, play quarterback, and then kind of figured out that my 40 time and all my sizes and everything, I just wasn't going to be able to do that. But I played college football and loved the game, and I loved kind of what the sport instilled in young men, and I really wanted to pursue that passion and really get into coaching and coach young men.
Was NBA the first place you coached?
No, I've been at several places. NBA is probably my fifth school that I've been coaching at.
Oh, wow. How do those other places compare to here?
Oh, wow. It's all of them are different for sure. Every place has positives and negatives, but NBA is a great place, and I'm so proud to be here and blessed that my son got to go here, and I was able to coach him and just really have a good time here at NBA.
Yes, sir. I bet the student section is the best here, though. I bet.
No doubt.
Can guarantee that.
No doubt. NBA student section is the bomb.
I guess you kind of already talked about this, but how was the transition from player to coach like? Do you think it helped playing before to coach?
Absolutely. Playing quarterback all through high school and playing a little bit defensive back. And then when I got to college, I started out as a quarterback and then switched positions. My coaches switched me to defense. And so I got, just a look on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And I played special teams. And I think that really helped, transitioning, being a coach, playing on both sides of the ball, understanding the perspective from both sides, and the kicking game as well. And I had a really good coach, Coach Boots Donnelly, just meticulous about every little thing and organized, and really made a big influence on me and how I coach.
We'll go, what do you look for in an assistant coach?
Several things. I think loyalty for sure, a hard worker, someone who has a genuine care for developing young men, just a transformational coach. And
then we'll kind of go a different way here. How do you get your players to become a team? So either like during the summer, each year when you have, especially this year with like a fresh kind of roster.
Yeah, every year is different for sure. You're going to have a different vibe, a different culture of young men, different leaders, and but I think it all starts with a foundation of love. That's where it all begins. And if you can get guys to believe that the team is greater than themselves and it's not all about me, then you got a chance. And that's what we start with our foundation, is just the word love.
I like that. How would you describe yourself as a coach?
Hopefully, I'm big on the word genuine. I'm big on just being real and coaching from the heart. But I would like to say that the tough side too. Learning that from my college coach, my high school coach, is instilling toughness in young men. But I think hopefully the biggest thing that I can do and our coaches do is just being a transformational coach, just taking a young man that's maybe not very good or average and making him just a really good high school football player. And that would be the physical part. And then just the intangible part, the character part, just helping young men become great people and instilling in them character and and love for other people. And again, I go back to always that life's not all about me. And so
that's a good approach. Let's see. Do you remember the biggest surprise that came when you first started coaching at NBA? Either about NBA or about coaching at NBA?
Yeah, one of the biggest surprises I got here when I got the job, I was thinking all the things that I've done at other places. I didn't have to mark the practice field, go out and do lines, get a string, and paint the field. There was already a system here in place of marking the field. And at other places I've been, you spend a lot of time doing things like that, and and there was a system built in here that really helped, and I was like, wow, I don't even have to mark fields anymore.
So would you be like painting the numbers?
Yeah, painting the numbers, painting the lines, painting the hashes. I mean, it was a half a day job of.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If you could do a starting five for coaches, who would they be and why? It could be cross sport.
Yeah. That's a great question. Of course, how could you leave out Vince Lombardi?
Of course.
Starting five. Lou Holtz. I love Lou Holtz. As a young coach, I visited Notre Dame while he was still the head coach at Notre Dame, and I've always loved what he's done. Tom Osborne for Nebraska.
Okay.
And I'm going to go John Wooden.
Okay.
You can't leave John Wooden out, the master. And then somebody with just passion, I love is Jimmy Valvano.
Of course.
Those five would be a pretty good group to go with.
I'm a little upset you didn't put in Coach K there, but those five are just as good. Tell me about the three most influential people in your life and how they impacted you.
Plain and simple, my dad, just toughness and willing to fight. My mom, her love for people, didn't matter who it was, just her love for people. And then a pastor of mine, a former pastor, that's really showed me what walking a life of faith is about, just genuine faith.
That's a good answer. Describe your ideals for NBA football. So I guess that kind of goes back to describing yourself as a coach.
Yeah. It's ideals is the number one goal for us when we start every season is to become a family, and I think that's the most important thing because a strong family is hard to tear apart, and if you can accomplish that through we use the acronym LIVE, through love, identity, vision, and eternity. And we try to coach through those words, definitely with a hand of love and helping the guys really know who they are, casting a vision for them, not only for the season of football, but for the rest of their life, and then eternity, just knowing their why. Why do you do what you do, and are you going to leave a lasting legacy from what you did here at NBA?
And then I guess this also kind of ties back to an earlier question, but your distinct coaching style. So I guess that's more on the field, how you like to run your offense and your defense.
Yeah, I think it all starts, that kind of physical part of the coaching style is just toughness, grit, being fundamentally sound in everything we do, from the kicking game, defense, offense, and just having good coaches around you that believe in your system, and getting kids to play hard. I think what's one of the biggest things. I don't care what level, NFL, college, or high school. If you can turn on a film, or you can be at a stadium and watching a team live, and you can see passion and effort, that's what I shoot for. That's what I love to do.
Well, let's talk about advice here for a second. What advice do you give? Obviously, we have so many players go play past the high school level every year. What advice do you give them, and then what advice would you give to future coaches?
Advice to players is go somewhere where it's not about only the next 4 years of your life, but it's about the next 40 years of your life. Go somewhere where, yes, you want to play football and you want to be a part of a great program and a great coaching staff, but it's more than that. It's about the culture of the school. It's about the culture of the city. It's about who you really want to become, and you're laying a foundation for your young adult life. So that's the advice I would kind of give a player. It's just not about football. Of course, that has a lot to do with it if they're playing football, but
Yes, sir.
it's just not solely about that. And then young coaches, getting in the game is get in it for the right reasons. It's not about your ego. It's not about winning losses. It's about being a transformational coach. Are you willing to put your own ego aside for the good of the game and for the character of young men?
What about the best advice you've received?
Oh, man.
From any point in your life?
Best advice of it. Wow, that's a tough question. Maybe from my mom. It's just learning, no matter no matter the people you come across, what they've done to you or anything, it's about love, and that's the thing that sticks out. My mom, I lost her several years ago, but she just had an incredible impact on me about your relationship with people and loving people.
That's awesome. And then we'll do our last two questions here. Top 5 football players ever in the world.
Wow.
Starting lineup.
Yeah. Well,
who's in that point guard slot?
I got to go. I'm gonna put the middle. Dick Buckus. I got to put him in there. My favorite running back, Earl Campbell.
Okay.
I got Dick Buckus, Earl Campbell.
You got a big squad going there already.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a skinny guy here, though. Maybe my favorite quarterback of all time is Joe Montana.
All right.
I got to put him in there. Wow, that's 3, and I need 2 more.
You might need some more defense.
Yeah. If I'm going for just the game changer, Lawrence Taylor.
All right. I
got to put him on the field. And then I love the way this guy played. Another 49er, Ronnie Lott.
Right.
Receivers did not want to run in his zone.
All right, that sounds like a lineup that's pretty lethal. And then our last question here is, how do you define greatness?
Are you willing to put your own desires down for the betterment of a team, for the betterment of a family? And what did you leave that someone can take? Did you leave a legacy? Did you leave something that someone else can pick up and be better for?
That's great. All right. Well, thank you so much again for being here and doing this. And I look forward to listening back through this.
Yeah. Thanks, Zach. I really appreciate you having me on.
Thank you.